You know what, Fernie, thanks a lot for jumping on the webinar, you and Ray. And I'll tell you what, as I was looking at the lineup again, it was very, very interesting to just look at the lineup because I want everybody to put a couple of things into perspective. Majority of the people that are on this call right now have purchased something in maybe some way, shape, or form from one or maybe many of the speakers here. Think about that for a second. Majority of the products that you have purchased were probably more than just the ticket alone to this event. So when you think that you can get a copywriting extraordinary, the CEO of Magnetic Sponsoring, Tim Irway, under one roof, when you can get Susan Sly, who's been in this industry for 17 plus years, someone who's affected the lives of thousands of people, someone who loves the word philanthropy, when you can get someone like Jay Kubicek, who changed the game, who literally changed the game inside of internet marketing, when you can get Ty Falcone under one roof, that is not only your MC, but is a prospecting extraordinary. Oh, well, you can't forget the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Dillard. I would dare to say that the majority of this would probably not even be around if it wasn't for him. You think about someone like Mike Klingler. Some of you might not even know this gentleman. He is one of the biggest internet marketers on planet Earth. When you talk about Mark Hoverson, I love Mark. I've been knowing Mark for years and years and years, and just to see Mark speak from stage, first of all, he has a very, very different style, a very, very straightforward style, and his attitude is truly, you have no excuse right now on planet Earth why you can't make money inside of this industry. And he is a walking testament of the fact that if I can do it, you can do it, from where he came from to where he is today. When you talk about someone like Brian Finale, I've learned so much from Brian Finale inside of my Lead System Pro. I can't even put a dollar tag on it. I can't even put a dollar tag on it. Him and Norbert Orlowitz, both of them speaking there. I mean, my Lead System Pro is where it is today for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. So think about that. You've got the co-founders of the system right there. But Ray and Bernie have really stepped overboard and bringing some of the top leaders that are just now really making some big marks over the past couple of years. One of my favorites, and a lot of you probably know why, one of my favorites would happen to be Mr. Ray Hickman. I mean, over the past year and a half, you want to talk about someone that has blazed the industry. You want to talk about someone that I dare to say you would not beat him on a treadmill. Someone who has the most impeccable work ethic I've ever seen inside of a network marketer and internet marketer. Going to be gracing the stage with you for an hour, the number one income earner inside of his primary business, has affected the lives of thousands of people over the past year and a half, and came from the rough, came from a position of not having anything, came from being caught inside of that real estate market and had to reinvent himself. Okay, think about this. Think about someone like David Wood. This guy right here is like on a planet of his own. It's not even fair, some of the things that this guy's doing. The number one recruiter inside of his company, how many people can you literally say have recruited over 500 plus people frontline in less than 1 year? Not inside of the team, personally recruit over 500 people frontline, not at a $50 price point, not at a $200 price point, not at a $300 price point. That is what I call a machine. Someone who has the SEO game down to a T. Someone who understands what blogging is all about. One of the top-rated Alexa blogs on the planet. One of the biggest internet marketers out there who used to live in a van a couple of years ago. Literally now lives in a mansion in Costa Rica, hanging out with the monkeys and alligators. Imagine that. Imagine having Paula Pritchard on the stage, someone who's built an organization of well over 200,000 people. Over 200,000 people. Do you think you might be able to learn just a little bit from her? Just a little bit. You know, that's just the tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. Just the tip of the iceberg. I honestly think at a $297 price point, there's actually a joke, to be honest. That's actually a pure joke for all the value that you're getting for 3 whole days to get all these people under one roof, to be able to tap into their brains inside of breakout rooms. And just like Fernie said, walking the hallways, meeting company owners, top entrepreneurs all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, if there was one way that you could build a business, there was one way. If I had to start all over again back in 1994 and with no internet being around and just understanding offline marketing and that's it, having dial-up AOL, if there was no other way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you the way you build a thriving business in internet marketing and network marketing is through live events, period, space. There is no question. The great Jim Rohn said it the best. You never know which event is going to change your life. That's why you have to go to all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, the name of the event is the No Excuses Summit. That's the name of the event. That should speak for itself. But Cedrick, I got to work. The name of the event is the No Excuses Summit. But Cedrick, I don't have any vacation time. The name of the event is the No Excuses Summit. But Cedrick, it's coming up in the next couple of weeks. The name of the event is the No Excuses Summit. Cedrick, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a babysitter. The name of the event is the No Excuses Summit. If you are serious, if you are truly serious about building an effective business, it is going to come from you learning from people who have what you want, not from people who have what you already have. When I want to learn SEO, I go to Ray and Fernie. When I want to learn Google, I go to Tim Irway. When I want to learn copywriting, I go back to Tim Irway again. When I want to learn different offline marketing techniques, ladies and gentlemen, I think you get the picture. When you start thinking about all the people that are out there that are on that stage, when you think about all the people that are on the stage, let's just eliminate who you're going to meet in the crowd for a second. Let's just eliminate who might be sitting beside you on the plane there. Let's just eliminate who might be in the room next door to you. Let's just eliminate that for a second. Let's talk about the people on the stage for a second. It's like we haven't already talked about it. When you talk about the value here, it's crazy. Think about this. You got a notepad, right? 30 hours of content, and you have a notepad. What if you got just one technique from Paula Pritchard? Just one. What if you can only become 10% as good as she? You got one technique from her that clicked. That means that you would have a team of about 20,000 people if you can only get 10% of what she had. Only 10% of that. You talk about someone like a Tim Irway who's built an eight-figure empire on the internet. Someone who is the go-to person when it comes down to copywriting. Someone who is the go-to person when it comes down to articles. Someone who's the go-to person when it comes down to Google. Think about this. An eight-figure empire, do you think you can learn just a little? Just a little. You think that would be worth $297 to be in a room with Andrew Cass, someone who is the only certified business advisor for Dan Kennedy in South Florida that I know of? I met Andrew Cass personally 3.5 years ago, and I was extremely impressed by what he did inside of internet marketing. But not only that, someone who could not only do it big in internet marketing, but could successfully run a certified business course with Dan Kennedy. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Kennedy is, he is the best of the best when it comes down to copywriting, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he's got a 6 to 9 month waiting list. The best of the best. You don't become a certified business coach with Dan Kennedy because you're just half-ass or you're okay. Okay? Andrew Cass is in the position that he's in for a reason. For a reason. You know, I could give you so much detail on the people that are here, but here's what I want to tell you. Here's what I really want to tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, this industry is about building relationships. This industry is about building relationships and tapping into different people's brains and surrounding yourself around resources that you might not normally be able to tap. Let me tell you a story. You see, a few years ago, back in 2001, 2002, 2003, when I was hanging around in the mortgage industry and having a nice little blast, I was being mentored by someone who was worth about $500 million. Now, lucky enough, I was with him for 6 years. And he mentored me on a lot of things. And one of the things that he told me, as someone who's worth that much money, he said, Cedrick, I might not be the smartest person in the room. As a matter of fact, I didn't even make it to high school. But you know what? I am smart enough to get the smartest people in the room around me. Let me repeat that. I might not be the smartest person in the room, but I'm smart enough to know to get smart people around me, people that are good at something that I'm not good at. So you want to be good at copywriting, you find someone that's good at it and you mimic them. You want to be good at SEO, you find somebody good at it and you mimic them. You want to be good at article marketing, you find someone good at it and you mimic them. You might not resonate with all 30 speakers at this event, but all it takes is one. That's all it takes. One. That one person that could say that one thing that could literally change your life. That one technique that could literally change your life. That one connection that could literally change your life. You see, I could give you all the training on online and offline marketing known to man here over the next 3.5 minutes. Or maybe I couldn't. But the reality is this. The training that you need is to be around the people who have what you want. That is the best training that anyone can get. That's called on-the-job training. That's the training that you want. So you can find those people that you resonate with, and you stick to them like a tick on a dog's butt. And you stay there, and you learn, and you learn, and you learn, and you learn till you become them or you become better than them. And it is no more flattering to someone who's learned from someone that they can become better. That is a flattering thing, because you never forgot where it came from at the same token, as long as you don't forget. Ladies and gentlemen, this event could literally change your life. This is one of those events that I'm telling you, the reason why it's called No Excuses is for a reason. Don't find one. Don't find one. You see, you might find that one person or that one technique that you resonate with so much that you literally might not have to worry about asking your boss, can you take off again 6 months later, because you might not have one. Now, we're not here to guarantee anything, but who knows what you're going to do? Who knows who you might meet? You have no idea. Let that really, really resonate inside of your brain, ladies and gentlemen. Let it resonate how deep it could really mean. Here's one thing that I want to do for everyone that decides to take advantage and go to the No Excuses Summit in the next few weeks. The people who decide that, yes, I like that title. It makes a whole lot of sense. The people who go to noexcusessummit.com/Harris. You can see all the videos, and that's great. But hit that button that says buy now and join us at this event. So not only can you change your life, but you can learn some things that you never thought were even possible.